Mr. Chinedu Michael, as it stands, anxiety is in the air, and Southeast seems to be standing still for the man Nnamdi Kanu, because we are seeing so many developments. Some have it that he may get his freedom, secret to what is coming from the activists Omo Oleshowore. As we understand, he's in court today. Let us know what is expected of the court and what we are likely going to see.
Yes, the Supreme Leader today is appearing, as you can see, on today all over the world is being reported. Nnamdi Kanu is appearing in the court today. Federal High Court, Abuja, that's where he is now. Today is going to determine whether Omotosho is being driven by purpose or by a certain agenda of conquest. It's a very clear thing. You know, this is a matter that the court, appeal court, has, you know, granted Nnamdi Kanu bail, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he should undergo, there should be retrial again. Now it has come to the point that, you know, it is not about Southeast governors again. It is what is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, why is Bola Ahmed Tinubu interested in Nnamdi Kanu's case? Yes, I remember before now, you know, there have been questions surrounding the continuous illegal trial of Nnamdi Kanu. The Kenyan government at this point also has already taken Nigerian government to international court, where they are seeking justice over what transpired in their country. I think that one alone is enough, you know, a signal to the federal government of Nigeria that what was carried out in Kenya was a criminal act, and based on that, Nnamdi Kanu does not have any legal ground to appear in any court, and that's why he's saying, you cannot try me. I was kidnapped. There's a criminal offense already, but that's Nigeria for you. Nigerians have never forgotten what James Omotosho did in Rivers State and why they brought him. We are seeing it very clearly today, and what we are seeing now has actually triggered, you know, a lot of reactions that's leading to release Nnamdi Kanu protest that's ongoing. He's already in court, you know, like as usual, exchanging pleasantries with his legal team, already fortified and ready for the day. But the fact still remains that there has been an underground plan before now, according to Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, that they visited Nnamdi Kanu secretly yesterday for him to sign a certain agreement and document which Nnamdi Kanu refused. We don't know the motive and the agenda of sneaking into DSS space to trying to convince Nnamdi Kanu based on today's court appearance for him to take up a certain agreement which he rejected.
Okay, now let's look at this from this angle, because I understand that before now we had a session where Court of Appeal in Nigeria actually ruled that the man Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria, and so he should be released. Like you said, we are seeing the Kenya angle to it. We are seeing so many interventions, and people are talking about political solution. Do you see that political solution?
Yeah, that's what Nnamdi Kanu have rejected, because they wanted to tie Nnamdi Kanu's freedom to amnesty, where Nnamdi Kanu will not be will be released with conditions. And what we are saying, release Nnamdi Kanu unconditional. The federal government is saying we are going to release Nnamdi Kanu based on political purpose, which will lead to, you know, granting him amnesty and tying him to a certain point, and which the young man rejected. And he insisted that I will not be part of this agreement. But the problem is that, you know, is it Nnamdi Kanu that's going to stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu's re-election? Is he the one that's going to stop Bola Ahmed Tinubu winning 2027 election? What is it that Nnamdi Kanu is depriving Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Because as at now, everybody is running from the issue that has to do with Nnamdi Kanu, you know, because they believe that the commander-in-chief of the federation cannot be coerced to do anything. It just means the bulk of the whole thing falls on his table. Then, if it falls on your table, then how will Bola Ahmed Tinubu be sleeping over a criminality that is carried out under his jurisdiction? He has stained the Nigerian judiciary, and he has also stained Omotosho as the presiding judge.
If I may ask, the word that came from the governor of Abia State, Alexoti, do you take it to any place of salt? Because you have made it clear that his colleagues and himself that are engaging the federal government to find a solution.
But maybe that is what Nnamdi Kanu have just rejected, from what the lawyer Maxwell was trying to tell Nigerians that day, even though he was trying to paint it from another direction. You don't understand. But we understand very clearly that Nnamdi Kanu, they have not lost strength and have not lost courage. He is the IPOB and the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra. That's talking about 85 million Biafrans who are seeking for self-determination. Nnamdi Kanu is not being tried because of self-determination. I don't know how they managed to bring the issue that has to do with terrorism, level felony, and all the charges they will put up at the end of the day. But unfortunately for Nigerian government, the whole world is watching. So it is left for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to remove the stain. And what is the stain? This is a purely driven. The Nnamdi Kanu's illegal detention, it looks as if it's being driven by a certain purpose and agenda, and which must be resisted. And that is why Nigerians are saying, no, we can no longer be part of this illegality and criminality against a man seeking for self-determination, where you are busy throwing red carpet on people who are carrying gun and killing millions of Nigerians. They cannot work anymore.
Now, let us take it from this angle, because just like you said, we have seen northern figures in the past saying that the man Nnamdi Kanu should not be released, and as we have it, people are saying that the North, the Fulanis, have lost the moral standard to question the release of Nnamdi Kanu, only to the fact that we can clearly see them negotiating with bandits. Bandits are now being celebrities in the North. Speak to us from that.
Yes, the Hausa youth, the entire Hausa youth from the northern extraction are backing Nnamdi Kanu's immediate release, unconditional release. That's what they said, unconditional release. The only people who are raising eyebrow are tying it with political ambition of Sowore and Atiku, which is, for me, it's not relevant. That does not tell us that this is exactly what the law says concerning a particular issue. They should not tie political interest with what is on ground. This thing is clearly here. The Hausa youth are saying no. Why is it that the Fulanis are not saying okay, Atiku and all that? Yes, in as much as we have continued to see this thing very clearly, I can tell you, the indigenous people, the owners of the North, are saying that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. We don't know who are the Fulanis. They are not part of Nigeria, and I can tell you wholeheartedly, and that is what is being playing out in the court today. Yes, because these people you are seeing today are driven by a certain purpose that has to do with a certain agenda that Nigeria fear most. And what is it? Very clearly, the Fulani agenda in Nigeria. Now, you can see the way they are moving with their political conquest in the entire eastern region currently now. The campaign of these governors is not ordinary. It is part of the ongoing Fulani political conquest. And then they want to now, and at the end of the day, there will nobody to stand and resist whatever that is coming up at the end of the day. And Nnamdi Kanu has become the only voice. Simon Ekpa has become the only voice of resistance. And that is why we must stand together to ask James Omotosho, please remove this stain from the judiciary.
Okay, now let me even bring this angle, because we understand that Nnamdi Kanu himself have made it very clear that the intention of his detention is to make sure that his health status deteriorates, that when he released, he go outside and die. But the question here is, we have seen the arm of UN working group on arbitrary detention asking Nigerian government to release the man. But the question is, on head ground, do you think they will allow him go?
Let me tell you, it depends on what Bola Ahmed Tinubu's intentions are. It depends on what his allies' intentions are. Because it looks like they are all working in the same direction. If they are not working in the same direction, why would Bola Ahmed Tinubu went ahead and be celebrating bandits, Boko Haram, and Willow, another one that came out in Kwara now? All of them are ganging up. All of them are there now. Nobody's doing anything. So it tells you clearly. I don't want to talk about United Nations, because it's unfortunate that the United Nations have lost the purpose of which it was created, and that is what the United States President Donald Trump is saying. If the United Nations is active, somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, they would have deployed United Nations peacekeeping force to come and dismantle whatever that is holding Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody, because it is the duty and the aim and objective of which United Nations was established. Conflict resolution. That is the purpose.
Okay, now let me even drag it to this angle. Someone like Obu Zodima is a very known influential figure in the government sector currently. But we seldom hear him speak to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu.
Now, can I speak into yes, we need to understand this thing very clearly. You know, who made him governor? Hope Uzodinma is not a people's governor. Hope Uzodinma was installed by one Fulani agenda called Abakia. He said it very clearly. All these governors you are seeing today, you know, they are not being voted for by the people. If the people vote for them, they will represent the will of the people. They are not representing the will of the people. They are representing those who impose them on respective states. And that you can see it is becoming very clearly, you know, that what Dati Ahmed said about Nigeria is correct. What Dati Ahmed said about Erufai is correct. You can see it very clearly playing out now in the eastern Nigeria, because they feel that by the time they catch Simon Ekpa and put Nnamdi Kanu and let him die there, then the entire eastern bloc, Biafra land, will be under Fulani conquest politically. Then the next phase we are going to see is, you know, invasion in all ramifications, and that is what is on ground. But God is not going to allow that to happen. I'm not sure whether you like it or not. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whether you like it or not, release Nnamdi Kanu. But the fact still remains is that you have stained the judicial system in Nigeria, and for a very long time that stain will remain with judiciary. I'm not sure if judiciary is actually independent. Proclaim this man free and let us see the consequences of it. Okay, lastly, let us look at what came from Asifa Oshe, the younger brother to a former governor of Ekiti State, who have made it very clear that the man, Chore, he said suddenly Chore started agitation. And as to have it, the people are already backing it, even including Atiku Abubakar. And he's not asking. He said Tinubu release Nnamdi Kanu and win the heart of the Igbos. Okay, we are Republicans, we are individuals. We are not even being influenced by if they like, let all the whole entire governors come to APC. The Igbo man will decide what to do at the end of the day. We are Republicans, we are individuals. We are not going to do Baba Sobe for East. No Baba Sobe, my father talk, mother. No, we don't do it. You know, I will decide on what to do. Yes, if it means I say we don't know how to play politics, we don't know how to compromise and cheat our souls and our consciousness. Let it be. For this matter today in Nigeria, Oga, let it be. And I can tell you what happened in 2023 will repeat itself. Maybe
so are you saying the release of Nnamdi Kanu will not endure?
He will lose the election. If you keep Nnamdi Kanu there, he will lose the election. He releases Nnamdi Kanu, he will still lose the election. As simple as that.
So it will not boost his political fortune.
Nothing will boost, because Nigerians are getting the awareness that is coming now, you know, is massive. Just like what P2B actually said, you know, that defection cannot guarantee you victory. That's what you understand. And what they are trying to, please let us separate Osowore as an activist and Sowore as a politician. These are two different things now. If we are talking about Sowore as a politician, they will begin to ask, put a lot of question marks. But Sowore is coming in as an activist. And that is why we must give him a little space to be able to assess whether he's actually working for Bola Ahmed Tinubu behind the scene, just like what I see in Atiku Abubakar. But as it stands now, you know, there is no justification to allow Nnamdi Kanu to die in DSS custody while they are pretending. Nigerian Medical Association, shame on you people. The World Medical Association, the woman from Ghana, has come out to say, bro, let me tell you very clearly, they are the one that caused this protest.
But the court is waiting for the report.
No, why didn't they tender the report in the last court appearance? I don't understand. Something that has to do with somebody's health. Okay, what if human beings would have died before now? So that's what they said. They need to hear from the president before they declare or deliver health care to somebody who is already dying. There's a lot that's very funny about the unity of this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much.